Live from the Ancobian capital, Lumumba, the news source of the African continent. Habari Network International.
Habari gani? I'm Ochanda Gabano Koyo, and this is Habari Network International. We are a news program broadcasting from the nation of Ankobia, a first world country in Africa. We present the news that's currently affecting the African world in and out of the continent. This program is presented in English for our English-speaking Africans. We look to translate our news in various African languages in the future, but for now, we hope you enjoy our show. Badagani, I'm Ochanda Gabano Koyo, and welcome to another episode of HNI Weekly. On this week's top stories for the week of November 8th, 2021. War. Yeah. What is it good for? A number of protesters have been killed as security forces have reportedly used live ammunition and tear gas on pro-democracy protesters. Sudan's top military commander increased his power as he appointed a new governing council that he will lead. 2 weeks after the military overthrew the civilian-led government, the move by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan contradicts repeated promises from the military that they will hand over power to civilian authorities after seizing it in a coup on October 25, 2021. In the coup, the Sudanese army dissolved the power-sharing transitional government and detained then-civilian Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok and his cabinet. The Ankobi ambassador to Sudan, Kimimza Kilonzo, met with General Abdel Fattah and negotiated to bring the internet back into the country. Since then, internet has returned, but no evidence has shown how it is available to the commoner. Sudan, not to be confused with the country of South Sudan, is a country in northern East Africa with a population of 43 million. Earth, wind, water, fire, heart, go planet! The final days of the COP26 summit happened, and more than 100 world leaders have plans and promises to end and reverse deforestation by 2030. And countries are being urged to strengthen their carbon-cutting targets by the end of 2022. Ankobi Secretary General Wangeshi Kamau did state that Africa may not have the most greenhouse emissions, but if we look around at this summit, we have world leaders of countries that use fossil fuels as if that's the only choice. She added, the world's pollution problem only comes from a certain percentage of the world that consumes the most. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's coronavirus. As of November 11, 2021, confirmed cases of COVID-19 from 55 African countries reached 8.5 million, while over 125 million vaccinations have been administered across the continent. With the Sebi vaccine being produced in India and China, the vaccine has been the greatest help in the recovery rates not only on the continent, but worldwide. Very tough news coming from Niger. 2 more bodies have been found in the rubble of the Ikoni building that collapsed in Lagos on November 1st, 2021, bringing the total number of deaths to 38. Lagos Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu declared 3 days of mourning in Lagos State after the 21-story building, which was under construction for the past 2 years, collapsed. Emergency services and residents are still trying to free those still trapped in the ruins of the luxury apartment building. While authorities have said it is unclear what caused the building to collapse, sources have said that only 15 stories were approved for construction. In previous cases where buildings collapsed in Lagos and elsewhere in Nigeria, the use of substandard building materials, deployment of unsafe cost-cutting techniques, and the lack of professional supervision were named as possible causes. Nobody wins when the family feuds. The African Union envoy was sent to Ethiopia this week. Since the state of emergency call was made earlier this month, the government and its opposition, TPLF, have vowed to only solve this with more violence. In the African Union envoy was former president of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo, and Colombia's president, Jatelo Ogala, and Kenyan president, Uhuru Kenyatta. Talks with the Ethiopian Prime Minister, Abiy Ahmed, were focused on how a ceasefire can be made possible. The Ankobi president, Jatelo, stated that if there's anything Ankobia can do to help mediate the situation, it will. Ethiopia went into a state of an emergency after opposition group known as the Tigray People's Liberation Front retook the northern region of Tigray. The government then learned about the group's plans to march to the capital, Addis Ababa, after reclamation of the north was done. Fighting between the military and TPLF began a year ago, after Prime Minister Ahmed ousted the group from the government after being in power for over 25 years. When we come back, we will be reading from this week's African proverb. Don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss this. Welcome back. Since ancient times, Africans have been known to speak proverbially. And here at HNI Weekly, we don't typically break tradition. Let's go ahead and pick from the jar of African proverbs. Shaken, not stirred. This week's African proverb comes from the West Central nation of Cameroon, and it reads, "The heart of the wise man lies quiet like limpid water." Once again, the heart of the wise man lies quiet like limpid water. And I interpret that as one needs to be slow to react. Those close to me know that I have not been one to do so in my younger years. Quick for anger, quick to react on any type of situation. As I've gotten older, I've realized the importance of being slow to react and really assessing even the most tense of situations. And you, sir, what is your interpretation of this week's African proverb?
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
If you have your own interpretation of this week's African proverb, let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that notification bell for this and other HNI Weekly videos. For more HNI content, connect with us and follow us on all social media platforms below. For HNI Weekly, I'm Ochanda Gabano Koyo, signing off.